Welcome back. Yes, I'm all by myself. I'm really sad Coco's not here. She couldn't make it. Actually, she wouldn't make it. Coco.
Yeah?
Hey, Coco.
What?
It's time for our next video. We're doing it on the Stinky Twinkie.
You're disgusting.
This is a really, really delicate subject and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Do either of you ever experience Stinky Twinkie?
I don't want to tell you about my Twinkie. That's your
Oh, that Twinkie? Oh, no.
Nobody wants to talk about it. I think it's very important to have this discussion with another woman because I don't want to have this discussion by myself. And guys, you probably want to turn this off right now. Let's see if we can fill this space.
Hello.
Hi, honey. If I buy you dinner, will you shoot a movie with me?
I don't know. How expensive of a dinner?
The video is gonna be Twinkies.
I've never had a Twinkie.
Nuh-uh.
I really haven't.
Okay, so I got my good friend Denise, Bobo.
Call me elderly person.
So today's video is all about feminine hygiene and vaginal health, including how to cure and prevent vaginal odor, itchiness, yeast infections, BV, which is bacterial vaginosis, from home without having to go to a doctor or get antibiotics. When you were younger, did you used to hear a bunch of guys talking about some nasty girl that had a stanky whatever, and it was just like the topic of conversation?
Maybe it was about me. I can't get my head down that far. So I think I'm pretty clean. Today I probably don't have much odor, but if I didn't wash.
If you are having an issue with imbalanced pH, it's actually up inside the vagina. And our vagina is supposed to be really acidic. The healthy bacteria actually live in acidic conditions. And there are things that are very alkaline, like a man's semen. And that is going to raise the pH in your vagina, giving the bad bacteria a chance to multiply. It starts smelling. It can smell like fish.
Not good fish, old fish.
Really bad fish.
Fish that's been sitting around for like 3 days.
And when girls start stinking when they're starting to have intercourse, guess whose fault it half the
It's
time
always
is?
their fault. It's always their fault. Everything is their fault.
So girls
I
just-
like them a lot.
I love men, but you guys,
love men a lot.
truly,
but it's always your fault. Everything is your fault.
Smelly cat, it's not your fault.
I do know that women won't talk about this.
we have been shamed.
I heard of a guy who broke up with a girl because she had a stinky Twinkie.
You broke up with a girl for a stinky
You
Twinkie?
don't want to know the story. No go. No go.
Can you answer that?
What?
Having a bad smell in your vagina can cause you to have a lack of confidence, especially if you're dating, having mixed partners. Really a good idea to use a condom, not just for safety of yourself on getting STDs. If you try boric acid and it's not working, you might have something worse wrong with you.
And that needs a doctor.
Yeah, and most of your issues usually are just an imbalance of your pH, girls. One of my friends actually has been doing boric acid, and that's what made me think of doing it. Then I did a lot of research. First of all, it doesn't need a prescription. So for those of you who have school and work and everything else like I do, I mean, one of the main factors of not going to a doctor most of the time
is
time. I don't have time. Now, for a lot of people, students, school kids, going to college, you don't have time to stop what you're doing and go to a doctor. So it's kind of cool that you can get these just over the counter, no prescription. Boric acid is something that really, really helps, makes you feel fresh, makes you feel amazing. It rebalances the pH. I'm 58 years old, and my whole entire life, I did not know about boric acid. So I'm thinking, how many other people don't know about boric acid? Like, really?
Nobody. I didn't know.
Boric acid is so safe. Doctors recommend it. It can even be used on a regular basis. It's so safe for your vagina. So why not just keep your Twinkie nice and fresh?
A new Twinkie.
I'm not telling you not to go to a doctor. If you have a really, really bad smell in your vagina, It could be a STD, could be some other things, but I think it's really important to rule out a few things first. I have a lot of nurse friends who have told me that women have come in and they literally thought they were dying because they smelled like they were dying and they had been douching, which made it even worse. And it was because they had a tampon stuck in there. We've got these little pH strips. So normal pH in a vagina for a healthy vagina is really acidic. It's 3.0 to 4.5. Abnormal is anything 5.0 and above.
I mean, if you are at 4.5, you're starting to go green, which is mold.
Basically, these little pH strips, put a little piece on your vagina, and then you look at the color, and if you're in the healthy range, you're good. If you're not in the healthy range, it's probably time to start.
Mold.
Yeast infections also having an imbalance, pH. Yeast infections aren't supposed to smell. They actually more itch and there's just a nasty discharge. But you don't want that either, because who wants to sit there and scratch their vagina all day?
I haven't scratched my vagina in a long time.
So,
I'm excited about this.
are you
I'm excited
good?
about 7.
Are you afraid of boric acid?
The acid in my hoo-ha, what could go wrong?
Well, here's the thing. Boric acid has been used for hundreds of years to treat all kinds of things. You know, you dilute it 2 to 1 as an eye drop when you have eye infections. You've heard of that, right?
I didn't realize.
Yeah, right? So if you could put this stuff in your eyes, I'm saying we could probably put it in our
Had
vagina.
a lot more stuff.
This is a clean channel.
A clean channel.
Now, the reason that I chose this one is because it has one of the highest ratings on Amazon. It was, of course, developed by some gynecologists, which I kind of like that idea, that not just some Joe Schmo invented this and made, because there are other boric acid products. I'm kind of one of those people, I want to use something I know that
It's tried and true. Directions. Insert 1 boric acid suppository into the vagina, preferably at bedtime,
okay.
for 7 consecutive nights.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so it's kind of like a little tampon, super tiny. I don't think it's going to inflict any injury. It's by Nutriblast and it's called Boric Life. Okay, so you just drop the pill in.
Drop the pill.
So you'll just drop the pill in and there it goes. Okay. So here's to 7 days from now.
7 days from now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You've never had a Twinkie?
Uh-uh.
They're full of chemicals.
Smells good.
So in 7 days, we'll get back with you and let you know if I'm not smelling you.
I don't ever want you near that. I'm not going near you either.
Okay.
Smelly cat, what are they feeding you?
Okay, so it's been how many days since we started the boric acid? So it's actually been 14 days since we shot the first part of the video. So we did it for 7 days.
Since I can't get my head down that low, I have no idea if I started out smelling, ended up smelling, the pH moved a little bit. It moved from mold to less mold.
To less mold. Okay,
Yeah.
well that's good.
More towards the yellowy side than
Yeah.
the green mold, blue mold.
Yeah, I moved, which made me feel good. So tell me, when you're using it, what was that like at night?
A flood. And it didn't happen right away, so it would wake me up.
They like melt. I didn't know
melt.
that. So that's just something to consider, that they do melt and they make a little bit of a mess. So make sure you have something to...
That leads me to believe it does create more moisture as you move towards correcting your pH. What caused that much liquid,
A lot. Yeah, that's true. Huh?
right? Something can't just be warmth, body heat.
Yeah, because those pills are really tiny. You're right. So did you notice anything overall? Not really.
Not really.
Okay, I did. It really created a more happy environment in there. And the sensitivity level, now nobody said the sensitivity would go up. You didn't notice that?
No.
Yeah, it was
A
a
benefit.
happy, unplanned benefit was that.
You know, this is such a taboo subject to talk about.
One thing I just want to address really quickly is once you get your pH back into a nice balance, a few things to prevent and give yourself good vaginal health. First of all, let it breathe. Keep it clean. And if you keep it clean down there, you're not gonna have the bad bacteria. And one of the things, fragrance-free soap. I know you guys wanna put something that smells really good down there, but if your pH is good, you probably won't smell. Also, don't put soap inside. That goes for douches. They're gonna irregulate everything that your body's trying to do. And always urinate after sex because bacteria can go up into your urethra and contribute to bladder infections, which when you have a bladder infection, of course, then you've got a lot of bacteria back down there. It's gonna go up in and you got a whole problem.
And drink lots and lots of water.
Yeah, drink a lot of water because that always helps to flush things. And boric acid, if it's not a medical problem, is gonna give you a happy Twinkie.
A happy Twinkie.
But it's definitely something I'm gonna continue to use as I age. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Give us some ideas.
Go away. Get out of here.
And then he broke up with another girl because she had really ugly feet.
So we don't talk about this?
No!
Only once, but once is enough.
I had to give her a glass of champagne to shoot this video with me. I'll just tell you that right now.
She's giving me expensive dinner.
And I'm buying her dinner. Okay,
Expensive dinner. Did a video about smelling like a fish. Now I'm gonna go eat some fish.
The company did give me a 20% link that I can share with you guys. I don't get anything from it, but I thought that was kind of cool. So use it if you want to.